Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again, man. I know it's been a minute, but yeah, the draft is tomorrow. The draft is tomorrow night. Um, I know you guys are finally excited about something this offseason. It just feels like the offseason be so long. You know what I mean? Like, and I know that the breaks from the end of the season, whether you make it to the playoffs or not, to off-season programming, to the NFL free agency, to now the draft. So, as you know, I'll be at Mark's house tomorrow night. Doing that with the draft. So that's gonna be a cool thing. So me, him, DMV. I don't know who else is gonna be there, but we're definitely gonna be there recording for the first round of the draft, and we'll see who we pick this year. We know the Cowboys are normally kind of good at drafting players. They're not big players in free agency. We know that. But let's get right into it. Okay, so I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible, but we know that this year, and I'm basically picking guys that for this last minute mock draft that makes sense for the Cowboys. And I'll also throw in a little scenario if they decide they want to trade up for somebody. Um, you know that my guy in the first round was Jordan Davis. I want Jordan Davis, big defensive tackle. When you talk about a space eater, you look him up in the dictionary, that's what a space eater is. Jordan Davis, number 99, 6'6". I mean, he ran a 4.78. He ran the second fastest defensive tackle time by a point second, and that other person was his teammate, which is another guy that's a possible pick for the Cowboys, because he's actually forgotten about it. He's actually a guy that we can get if Jordan Davis is taken higher. Now, this draft is a little different because there's not that many quarterbacks, right? Most drafts have like a slew of quarterbacks that will go first, you know what I mean? Which helps other skill players drop down a little bit for guys like us that are picking later in the first round to get top tier talent. But because there's not that many quarterbacks in this draft, anybody could be picked anywhere at this point. So it's going to be a hell of a story. You're going to see trades all over the place. Now, a scenario in as if the Cowboys do decide they want to trade up, I don't know who they would want. Well, I do know some people, but um, it depends on what they want to go. I don't want Tyler Linderbaum only because Tyler Linderbaum is a center, and I guess do you have faith in Tyler Biotish? Because if that's the only position that he plays, you don't want to force a guy, draft a player in the first round, and then force him to start in another position that he's not that he doesn't normally do. Think about the offensive line. Everybody thinks it's just plug and play, but a lot of these guys, unless they've played multiple positions on the line, you can't just put a circle in a square peg. You just can't do that. But if they don't decide to trade up and they stay at number 24, this is what we have. So I'm gonna give you a couple of options here for the first round draft pick. So my number one was obviously Kenyon Green, because I believe that Kenyon Green makes the most sense there, because I feel like if this draft goes the way I think it's going to go, these other guys are not going to be there. So Kenyon Green, that's who I have going in the first round. Guard tackle out of Texas A&M, 6'4", 325 pounds. He's a versatile guy on the line. Like I said, he can play guard and tackle. He's definitely played both positions, so that position flex is good. Normally, when they say position flex, I kind of be like, that just means that a guy's not good at just one thing and you don't know where to put him. But in this situation, he's actually good at both positions. So he could be your swing tackle. He could be a guy that holds out until, even if you pick him in the first round, you could start him at guard next to, see how he does at guard, and then maybe swing him out to tackle whenever Tyron Smith is not playing, because Tyron is going to give you a couple of games where he's not going to play. So that's just the way it is. I believe in this draft, they're probably going to have to draft multiple offensive linemen if that happens. Now, I don't know what the Cowboys are thinking. They said that they want to move around, so let's just say that they're going to move around. But, of course, I'm doing a mock draft primarily based on if they stay put. Um, other options for the number one draft pick is another offensive lineman, Zion Johnson, guard out of Boston College. He's 6'2", 312 pounds. He was a 3-year starter. Excuse me. He was a 3-year starter at Davidson before transferring to Boston College. 26 of his 49 starts were at guard, and then the 23 were at tackle. So again, another guy with position flex. I think picking either Zion Johnson or Kenyon Green, I'd be happy for either one. I wouldn't trip either way. Another option there is Devontae Wyatt. Now, this is the guy that I was talking about that was the forgotten about man behind Jordan Davis. Devontae Wyatt, defensive tackle out of Georgia. He had the fastest defensive tackle 40-yard dash, which is 4.77. And then, of course, Jordan Davis had 4.78. So 0.1 faster than the biggest guy on your team. That's crazy. He started two seasons as a starter, 64 tackles, 9 for loss, and 2.5 sacks. Remember, defensive tackles are not sack guys, but if they can get sacks, then more power to it. But they're mainly there to be space eaters, and I wouldn't mind Devontae Wyatt either. That's another option if he's there. Another option in the first round, Nakobe Dean, linebacker out of Georgia. If he falls, he could be there too. 5'11", 226 pounds. He won the 2021 Buck-Kiss Award as the nation's best linebacker in 2021. So Nakobe Dean, has been a lot of talk about him as well. Definitely put some depth there at your linebacker position to help out Micah Parsons and Jabril Cox, and also with Leighton Vander Esch coming back as well. Another linebacker, Devin Lloyd, linebacker out of Utah, 6'2", 237 pounds. He was an All-American this year, 2022, and Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year, recording 8 sacks, 22 tackles for loss, and 4 interceptions. Not bad at the linebacker spot. Anytime you could get more than four sacks at the linebacker position a season is pretty damn good, in my opinion. So those are all good guys. Now, to get into the next rounds, okay? So if I were just to... Now, those other guys I was speaking about were also options for the Cowboys there. They could be there at pick number 24 if the Cowboys stay at pick number 24. So, but like I said, back to my original pick for number 1, Kenyon Green, Texas A&M. Pick number 2, number 56, George Pickens, wide receiver out of Georgia. That was my second round pick. In round 3, again, this is all contingent of if we stay still. Round 3, pick number 88, I got Jelani Woods, tight end out of Virginia. 4th round, pick number 129, I got Kellen Deitch, tackle out of Arizona State. Round 5, remember we got a lot of 5th round draft picks. Got 4 of them. 5th round, 155, linebacker Micah McFadden. You got another Micah. Hey, what you think about that? Indiana University. Also 5th round, pick number 167, Marquise Bell, safety out of Florida A&M. 5th round, 176th pick, running back Brian Robinson Jr. out of Alabama. 5th round, pick 178, Ryan Van DeMark, offensive tackle out of Connecticut. Again, getting multiple offensive linemen. I mean, whether you get them early or late, I know a lot of people say that when you get an offensive lineman later in the draft, they're not as, whatever. But you know that in the league, offensive linemen are few and far between. So if you can get them. If you got to develop them, because we got Josh Ball. We need to see what Josh Ball can do. I think if Josh Ball was healthy, I think that he would have actually played some this year. But we'll see what he does this offseason and in training camp as well. And in round 6, pick number 193, Deron Bland, cornerback out of Fresno State. So let me know what you think about that mock draft. Like I said, it's a last-minute mock draft. This year is weird. It's just weird, like I said, because the quarterback market is not the same. So it's when you have a draft that's like quarterback lists like this is, it's really hard. And I really don't think the Cowboys are going to draft a kicker. I think they're going to find one in free agency. I think Kai Forbath is still available. I'm surprised they didn't go talk to him. But knowing Bones Fossil, he's probably flexing his muscles like, nah, don't worry about a kicker. I'm going to get one. We good. Whoop-de-whoop, whatever. It is what it is. I think they got Chris Nagger on the team right now, so I don't know. I don't think that's going to be your guy, but we'll see going forward. But at least we got our punter back though. But let me know what you think about this mock draft. Again, mock drafts are mock drafts. They ain't never right. But if I could get a cup, so I like to say if I could get at least 2 of the guys, no matter what order, if I could get at least 2 of my draft picks that come to fruition, then it was good for me. That's all I care about, especially the top guys. You know what I mean? But like I said, this draft could go any which way. I'm pretty sure the Cowboys are going to be moving down into the draft anyway. Because again, we have 2. I think we have 2 teams in our division that have multiple, or is it just the Eagles? Well, I know the Eagles have multiple first round picks, but let's see what they do. Maybe they'll try to trade out for one because again, this first round, I don't think they're going to sit there and pick both, but we'll see. If they want to be greedy, that's what they're going to do. But I try to keep this one quick and easy because you know how people's attention span is. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section about the draft. How do you feel about the draft in general? Are you guys excited about tomorrow night's draft coverage? But tune in tomorrow night. I'm going to see if I can live stream at Mark's house on my channel too as well. So we can have a multi-live stream so you guys can watch all 3 of them. So make it entertaining. You know how we do. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. It's your boy YouTube Blue, always keeping it real. Y'all have a great day.